Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Another Fat Guy Cooks. I am your fat guy, Andy Baker, and today we are going to be making a staple English school dinner dessert, Cornflake and Jam Tart. Okay, so I had this at school, all my friends had this at school. You can still buy it now at sandwich shops and stuff. They do like little slices of it and whatever. So it's quite a well-known thing in the UK. Everyone from the UK will already have heard of it. Everyone from America will not. So here's to nostalgia and potentially learning something new. That sounds stupid. I probably sound stupid. I don't know, man. I don't like doing this on my own anymore. I've been doing it with Carl, and it's better doing it with somebody else. Now I'm doing it on my own again because he's fucking got AIDS and can't make it. So, yeah. I'm also not bothering with the proper sound thing. So the sound may be a little bit dodgy. If it is, I apologise. But I can't be bothered. So this is what you get. Right. First, we need to make the pastry, which is just a short crust. Just really easy pastry for the base. We're going to make that now. In the bowl of your stand mixer, 190 grams of just plain flour. Okay, now we need 90 grams of butter. You want to make sure that your butter is very, 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 very cold. Mine has been in the studio. So is very, 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 very cold, just like I am. Okay, and then you want to chop this into little cubes. Or just whatever, chop it a little bit. Throw it in your flour. Pinch of salt. And then you're just going to go in with your fingers, and you're going to finger this until, rub the butter between your fingers. So you're going to get the butter like this, and just rub it between your fingers with the flour, and just keep doing that until all the butter and all the flour is pretty much combined. That takes a while, so you're just going to finger it in, and you want to try and keep the butter as cold as possible during this whole process. And you should end up with something that looks a little bit like sand. And you want to kind of keep going until you have no big clumps of butter left. I'm really not in the mood for doing this today because I just want to rush already, and I've barely even started. So this could just turn out terribly. I've made a couple of these in the last few days. I don't know why. And they've all come out great. So you know this is the one that I actually recorded for the show. It's going to just be an absolute fucking nightmare. Right, so you can see it's starting to take on a bit of a sandy-like quality. Not quite there yet, but we're going to keep going. Basically just until there's no really big clumps of butter left. It's a really good finger workout if you feel that you're lacking in the fingering department, and you could do with strengthening your fingering muscles. And this is great for that. If I think, on a guitar, fingering, when you really give a guitar a good fingering. Okay, right, yeah, that'll do. So look, sandy, sort of getting there. Right, so we're going to stick this back on the stand mixer. Like so. We're going to stick our paddle attachment on. We're going to let that go, and while it's going, we're just going to add a very small amount of milk, maybe I don't know, a teaspoon, 2 teaspoons, something like that. Just enough to start bringing the dough together. But you don't want it to be together, you want it to still be really crumbly. Oh, I completely forgot. You're also supposed to add about a tablespoon of icing sugar to this, which I'm probably adding way too late in the process. So we'll just add it now and see what happens, shall we? There we go. Okay, that'll do. Okay, so you can see he's a crumbly boy. It's not like stuck together. So then what we're going to do is just throw that down on our counter. We're just going to bring this together into a ball of rough dough. Okay, that's it. Don't overwork it, because if you overwork it, we heat it up, which means you don't get the nice little pockets of butter in there, which is what you want. So, once you've got your dough, either cover it in cling film, or do what I'm going to do, stick it in a little plastic baggie, like you're going to sell it on a street corner, press them out, and then that is going to go in the fridge for at least 2 or 3 hours, ideally overnight. Okay, right. So we're going to use our dough that's been cooling, definitely, for the last, 12 hours, definitely.
Bullshit.
I made a right fucking mess of it, scrap all of that. We're going to roll it out into a nice circle. Right, so we're going to get a pan, which has definitely not had a failed attempt at a crust in it 10 minutes ago.
You're talking bullshit.
And then we're just going to take our dough, stick it over the top, and then we're just going to very, very gently ease him into the corners. And then bench scraper. So, to make this all nice round edge. And then we might even have a little go at trying to pattern it. So I'm just going to get my thumb, I'm just going to push down with one thumb, try and just give it like a little ridged piece of grease-proof paper. Throw it in your tin. Get it into all the corners. And then we are going to blind bake this with some pie weights in it. This stops the crust from in fact, oh yeah, we need to just quickly give the box. Forks probably easier. Just lets the air come out so it doesn't bubble up and cough the whole thing up too badly. Right, we're going to fill this with pie weights. This helps heat it and it also keeps it in place. And we're going to throw this into a medium oven for about just under 10 minutes, just till it just starts showing a little bit of colour. We don't want to overcook it because it's got to go back in, but it's not going to go back in for long enough to fully cook it, so this is why we do this. While that's blind baking, we're going to get a saucepan on the go on medium to high heat. We're going to use some golden syrup. If you haven't got golden syrup, you can use molasses or something like that. About 120 grams. I don't know, half of this maybe. And about 60 grams of butter, which this isn't going to be far off. 57, close enough for me. Just going to mix that all together till it incorporates. Almost just making like a light caramel sauce kind of thing. This is what we're going to cover our cornflakes in, and that's going to stick them all together and make them sit nice and tight and happy on top of the tart. As you can see, that's now melted, nearly melted all the butter. Just getting it to the point where the butter's all melted and it's all incorporated. Smells absolutely delicious, as butter and syrup always does. I'm going to get a big bowl. We're going to put in here, we're going to use Honey Nut cornflakes. We're going to use the Aldi home brand because why not? About 100, it says to use about 130 grams, but I mean, I've been using way more than that in all the ones I've been making. Let's have a look. Oops. Yeah, that's about 180 grams. Let's use that. Because we're using a deeper pie tin, so I like to stack them up as well. And then we're going to throw our sauce, our butter and syrup in with our cornflakes. Like so. And then just mix that all in so everybody is coated and invited to the pie. We're also going to put a layer of jam on the bottom, strawberry jam on the bottom of the pastry before we put the cornflakes on top, jam and cornflake tart. So you can put it on cold, but I find it's like loads easier just to get a shitload of jam, throw it in your pan. Doesn't matter if it's in there with a bit of the syrup stuff as well. I know, just don't be afraid of going heavy on the jam as well. And we're not gonna like fully melt the jam down till it's boiling and whatever. We're just gonna soften it up a little bit because it just makes it easier to spread on the bottom. And these are looking great. They're starting to set up now already because it's cold in here, so we probably need to move a little bit quicker with those. So I'm going to go and get the pastry out of the oven, and then we'll slap it all together, and then it can go back in the oven. See if I can do this without burning myself horrifically. So we're going to take the pie weights out. We should hopefully just come out fairly well, still in this little sack. Ah, don't escape. God damn it. No. Okay, a few of them have escaped. I still have most of them. And then I can pour them into... Okay. Pour them back into their little... Ah, motherfucker! Right. I didn't need all of those anyway. Ah, they're hot. Okay. Okay, I'm just going to take the rest of these out. Because I'm assuming you don't really want to be eating ceramic pie weights. Can we just go back there? Yeah, you can just go. Okay. It has dropped a little bit around the side, but it's not too bad. And then we're just going to get our jam. I'm going to empty that in there. Get all of that. Clean that out. All of that jam in. Nice layer on the bottom. Completely cover that bottom. There we go. And then we're going to get our cornflakes. Just a little jam in case you want to look at that. There you go. I'm going to get our cornflakes. And we are going to fill this up all the way to the top. Nice and high, piled up on there. See, even now, look, I used about twice the recommended amount of cornflakes nearly. And they're still not really enough. So I kind of want a big fat mound in the middle. Well, this will do. At this rate, I'm probably going to be able to make about 3 pies before I run out of pie weights. I'm just going to throw some, I'm not making this from scratch because I'm lazy, just some canned custard. Really easy to make from scratch, just egg yolk, milk, sugar, super easy. I'm just going to throw this on the stove because nothing goes better with cornflake tart than nice thick ambrosia custard. Oh, we're doing a lot of deep fried. Right, this is going to go back in the oven for about another 10 minutes. You want it to just get the absolute start of starting to burn on top. So you want tiny little black marks, but not like burn. You don't want to burn it, you just want it to almost start to burn on the cornflakes. The second you start to get that tiny little bit of black, pull it out. I'll be back when this is ready, so we can plate it up, eat it, and I can get the fuck out of here. Okay, we're back, and here is our cornflake and jam tart. Looks pretty good. Now what we should probably do here now is wait for it to cool down for like an hour. What do you think? You think we're going to do that? Does that sound like a thing that I do? Waiting for things to cool down. We're going to get a plate and see if we can get a slice out of this without completely destroying it. So if you wait, then this will cool down and come out like a nice slice, but honestly I don't give a shit. We are just going to butcher the shit out of this because I just want to get this over with. It's amazing. See, that kind of looks like a slice. A little bit. Custard on top. Boom! I don't have a spoon to eat it with, so we're just going to go in with a wooden spoon. I mean, it does taste absolutely fucking amazing. Right, not gonna lie, this has been a complete phone-it-in fucking episode, right? Maybe 30% effort level. But it's something. It's something, right? You can watch it on the toilet. Go, ha ha, this guy's an idiot, he seems to have given up. I have. But yeah, do it better than I did. Put extra time in, wait longer. Put it off for another week and do it when your producer's actually here so you can, you know, make a better job of it. It'll taste great. I probably cooked it for about half as long as I should have as well. What are you gonna do? I'm Andy Baker. That was jam and cornflake tart. You can do it a lot better than this. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace. I'm gonna go get drunk. Like really drunk. Like really drunk.
Another fat guy could